everyone, I'm Pamela at Witch Hollow Homesteading, and I am going to show you the remainder of the plants that I have to plant today. I will also give you a garden tour of everything that I have planted this year. My initial plan was to kind of take you through step by step as I planted stuff, but there were times where it was like, oh hey, I've got a couple hours to spare and Mr. Witch is willing to help. Let's just get stuff planted. And thinking about filming just kind of slipped my mind. So this is the last part of all the plants I have to put in. I'm hoping I can fit everything in. I always do that every year. I get too many plants. Like I come a little close, and in the end I kind of get stuck with like 3 or 4 plants, and I'm like, okay, I need to find space for this. Where is that space coming from? So I will take you along and show you what I have to plant yet. Let's get going. Let me show you first here what I like to use on our garden. I like to use this garden straw as the mulch to keep the soil moist. And it depends on where you live. For where we live in the Northeast, straw mulch works perfect. But I think it's down south. They tend to use a little bit more pine mulch possibly, but for here, that's all I can speak about is I use straw mulch, and I use this Garden Straw brand. Okay, I'll bring you over here. So here we have 2 lemon boy tomatoes that I have to plant. I have 2 nasturtiums. I have, oh, they're hiding a little bit here, 2 marigolds. I have some pansies I gotta get in yet. Now you can see the alyssum a little bit better. I have some sun tomatoes to plant, sun golds. They're either orange or yellow. I have 4 of those. I have 1 little lonely cilantro left. I have a peppermint plant, which I've already planted 2 so far. This is another mint plant. I've never seen anything like it, and I was really excited to try it. So we're gonna see, although this is the one I'm not sure where I'm gonna plant it, because as you can see, it likes to spread, which let me focus a little bit more for you. It really likes to spread, so I'm not sure where I'm gonna put that. I have a sage plant. I have another thyme. I have 4 lemon balm, and I'm really not sure where I'm putting those yet. I have 4 basil, purple basil, and I have 4 oregano. I do have some pots here. And then if we go this way, yes, taking you accidentally through the tour of the garage. I've got 1 pot out here, this one right on the end, that I need to fill. And then I also have 1 more of these pots. So let's see what we can fit where. So as I'm bringing the pots over to the one side here so I can start filling them with dirt, I discovered something, and I will show you in the next clip. When I say we get these giant spiders in our garage, no, I'm not kidding. Look at this freaking spider. I mean, are you kidding me? The thing is like the size of a 50-cent piece. What the heck? We have always had these enormous spiders in our garage, and I'm scared to death of them. Yeah, so there's that. He's just hanging out in that bag, and I'm going to have to move him because I need that dirt. So this will be interesting. I'll be back momentarily. I was successfully able to move the spider, put him in a glass, and nicely escort him outside, although the escorting outside part was done by Mr. Witch, because I'm always afraid they're going to jump out of the glass and jump onto me. So he handled that part, but I did capture it in the glass. So he is now safe and sound way outside in another spot. back to gardening. The dirt that is in the pots currently is a mixture of old dirt from last year, along with some brand new dirt. And then I am adding this Vermont compost in. It's from the Vermont company. This compost is gorgeous. It's so rich. And I ordered 7 bags of it online, which I actually ended up using all 7 bags. And it was perfect. So next year, as long as I'm not adding additional pots, I can just order this compost and we will see how it goes. The dirt that I used in the pots last year and this year is Mother Earth, and it's potting soil. There is a Terrasol, which I'm using here, and then in the large bed out back that's in the ground, that one I used the Mother Earth Groundswell. So impressed with the dirt, and I've never really realized until last year how important the soil is that you use in order to feed and nurture your plants. It has a huge impact, and while I understand that it can be expensive, it's definitely worth the investment, because now all I have to do to amend my soil is to add compost and some fertilizer. Here I am planting one of the Lemon Boy tomato plants, which they come out to be these big, beautiful yellow tomatoes that are so sweet and so juicy. They are actually our favorite. And I like them because they're low acidity, so they don't bother Mr. Witch as much as like regular red tomatoes. With my tomato plants, I'm also planting alyssum. And I learned that from watching a channel called Epic Gardening. They recommend planting alyssum right with your tomato plant because it draws in a lot of pollinators for your tomato plants. I also love alyssum because when I looked it up online, it is medicinal, and I am all about planting medicinal flowers that aren't just for looks. I like to be able to also use them. So I think this will be a really good pairing, and I'm really excited to see how that turns out. And as you can see here, I amended the soil just a little bit on the outside by adding some of this garden tone, which is for veggie plants. And I just put it a tiny little bit around the edge and then worked it into the soil. I'm now going to add a nice thick layer of the garden straw mulch here. And this is going to keep moisture in the soil and stop the erosion when it rains or you're watering it. You don't want all of your dirt splashing out all over the place. So this just keeps everything nice and secure inside your pot. Here's a close shot of the compost and its container and transplant booster mix. And that's what the larger bag is as well. But I cracked the smaller one open because I realized I'm definitely going to need it in order to get through all of these pots. But I just wanted to show you what it is I'm using. Okay, so by the way, I'm a hot mess. Like, I have been dripping sweat for like 4 hours while doing this. This is just the reality. I'm not dolling myself up here for YouTube. This is how it looks. I'm covered in mud, I'm dripping sweat, and this is the reality of gardening. Today's the first hot day too, which is great because the plants love it and they're going wild, the ones that I planted like 2-3 weeks ago. So I'm going to now show you everything I've planted for this season. So everything is done. There's nothing else that's getting planted. Now everything just needs to grow. So let me take you along and show you everything. Okay, so we're gonna start. These are beets that I planted from seed. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pots of beets. I'll show you. Another one here. And this one all the way down on the end is also beets. Okay, so these are the sage plants from last year, which they look spectacular. I didn't think they were going to come back. They look kind of shot by the end of winter, but they are thriving. Didn't do anything special with them, just left them in their own pots, and they are very happy. This is the new sage that I bought and planted. Let's move our way over here. Okay, so we have nasturtium, pansy, parsley, 2 dill plants, another parsley, curly leaf, and then, I don't know if you can see these. Let me try to zoom in. Hold on, let me just see if we can see these. These are California poppies. I have never grown them. They came in my medicinal pack with the seeds I bought, so I'm excited to see those. I planted them out front because they like a lot of direct sun and heat, and this is the perfect place for that. And then over here, oh, my shadow's in the way, but these are all calendula plants. Planted those from seed. They're coming up beautifully. Really excited. And then if we move over to here, we have got Roman chamomile coming in. I bought 4 of the plants, and 2 of them I grew from seed. I also, in the empty spots, sprinkled some of my Roman chamomile seeds, so hopefully they'll come up as well. And then 1 marigold. We're going to continue on. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pots of potatoes. I grew these just from sprouting potatoes inside. Look at that. They are coming along beautifully. And when I planted them, I read to put some bone meal in the hole where you plant them because they like bone meal. And I also put a little bit of compost in the hole. And it seems like that made them really pop up. We've got more potatoes here. And more here. And so far, all of the potatoes I've planted are coming up. And then up here were some leftover pansies that I didn't know what else to do with. I told you I really ran out of space. Let me take you out back now. So now I'm doing voiceover because the neighbor is mowing. So here is Roman chamomile from the last 2 years. And then here at the end is oregano that I planted 2 years ago. This is the lemon balm that I didn't know what I was going to do with. I found a pot for it. So I put all 4 in here. And then over here, that is the lemon balm from the previous year. And so is that one, which they are thriving. Yeah, I'm trying to point at it here, but yes, that's lemon balm. Then all of the green you see in this bed that's not the lemon balm is all peppermint. 2 different kinds of peppermint, and they are thriving. That's from the last 3 years of planting. I also have oregano from last year, which is coming in nicely. And this oregano is from 2 years ago, and that is thriving. And then over there, I have some thyme that seems to just keep coming back. I'm surprised about, but there it is. I've got radishes that I planted from seed. They're looking nice. And then I have the peppermint plant that I wasn't sure where I was going to put it. This pot and the next couple are carrot seeds, and I planted 6 different kinds of carrots, and they are popping up. I think I have 5 pots on this side, and then I have another 3 pots of carrots on the other side. There is the cilantro. Here is the vertical garden, which I have all 6 tiers on. It looks amazing, and the plants are really thriving. If you haven't checked out my green stalk garden video, Highly recommend it. Over here are the 4 purple basils, and then 3 rosemary plants. Thyme from last year, and it's 2 different kinds of thyme in one pot. This is the Vago garden bed, and in here I have 1 lemon boy tomato, 1 sun gold, 2 alyssum, 2 marigold, 2 nasturtium, and then I have 4 English cucumber plants that I planted by seed today, and 3 pickling cucumber plants. Here is some more oregano and thyme sharing a pot. And these are the last 3 planters containing carrots, because we eat a lot of carrots. Here are 3 oregano plants. Not sure if you can plant them all together like that, but I'm trying. And then all of these other pots are going to be the tomato plants with the alyssum. In total, I have 11 tomato plants. Hi, me again, back. Side note, I am going to take you along and do some shorter videos, kind of giving you the garden update throughout the season to see what worked and what didn't. So stay tuned for more and I'll keep you updated. Okay, I promise now. Bye!